Today I'm going to show you my method of painting fur, and specifically on lions. So I've already done the big lion, and today I'm going to show you how I do the small lion. This is my reference photo for the smaller one. For my colors, I'm going to be using the iron oxide black from Lucas Studios, as well as the titanium white from the same brand. In my paints, I'm going to be mixing in a gel painting medium that increases the drying time of your acrylic paints. So what I usually start by is looking at my reference photo and seeing the base color of the area I'm going to paint, and then I paint that on the actual canvas. So when you're mixing your grays, it's good to not put too much black in the mixture, because black is very overpowering and a little bit goes a very long way and can turn a big profit when it comes to your grays, especially if you just want a normal gray, not too white, not too black, just right in the middle. So what I'm doing now is mixing my shadows and the color for my shadows, and I'm using mostly black, but then also some white, just so that it gives a nice dark color. So what I'm gonna do is outline, look at my reference photo and then outline the darker parts of the lion where the shadows are. And this is just for like a base, the same with the gray, just a base thing, just so you get your lines in order, just so it's easier later for you to then put on some details. Now I would recommend, which I didn't do here, is to keep the undercolor, the base color wet, so that you can use sort of a wet on wet technique, which I am kind of doing now while putting in the lighter gray, so that, as you can see, it blends out way easier, so that the lines aren't as harsh. This is just preference, but I think it works way easier, especially when you're just putting in shadows that usually aren't so harsh, but then also for your base colors before putting in the actual fur. So what I'm going to do now is this kind of dotted effect, and I'm going to use this rounded tip brush, as you can see. And it's very easy to use this because you just have some color in your brush, not too much, but not too little, because then it's not going to work. As you can see here, it's not getting up so well on the canvas, but what you basically do is dot around the brush where you want texture, and this is going to give you more texture and give more life to your painting, especially if you're painting fur, because fur usually isn't just straight lines as hair. Usually, especially on a face, an animal face, it does have texture more than it does have clean, fine lines. So that's why I use this technique, and I find it to be very helpful for both highlights and for shadows. Then I'm gonna take this flat brush and do the same thing in creating hair texture, and this is for creating more of a line effect rather than the rounded brush, which gives you more of a, I guess, dotted effect. What I'm doing now is taking a round brush and I'm putting on just white on my brush, and a clean brush I put on just white, and putting it around the lion's eyes as well as the highlights of the line and the fur. This gives you more control over your white so it doesn't blend into a gray when you don't want to. Okay, so taking my very small brush, I am taking white and then putting in a lot of this gel medium, and what this does is water out your paint, and this is very effective for when you want to make a lot of details, which I'm about to do now. And making these details are basically just for making the hair and making everything stand out and not make the painting look flat, and really keep it interesting. And having such a small painting, it gives you a lot of control over how much or how little detail you want, and you can really follow whatever reference photo you have with this technique. Okay, this part is kind of hard to explain, but basically what I'm doing is putting the motion of tiny, tiny hairs around the eyes, and this gives the effect of it being not too perfect, because obviously it's hair, not paint around a lion's natural eyes. And in doing this, I put on both black and white on my brush, and I really dish around the colors to make this effect of it having hair around the eyes and not just a flat line. Also, putting a lot of gel medium on your brush with white, I then do the little whiskers of the lion. And this is quite easy, but also it's very picky, so as you can see I messed up a bit there. They're usually just lines. They go, as you can see, they go straight, they bend, they do kind of their own thing. But if you want to be on the safe side, just follow the reference photo as much as you can. But remember, it is an animal, and animals are not perfect, so your painting doesn't really have to be either. So that is the finished product, and thank you so much for watching my tutorial on how to paint fur my way. And thank you so much for watching this video. Bye!